Big game, local derby, always difficult games to predict. And I think from last season, the other season when we played them in the APSA, I think this has become an exciting derby. And Red Arrows, they play very good football, and we expect a very good game tomorrow.
Thank you, Coach.
I don't want to lose twice in a row. I think they have started the league very well. Like you have said, I think it's becoming an interesting derby, not just because it's a derby, but because I think the games are so exciting that especially for the neutrals. It's two good teams playing good football, so it's always interesting for football, not just for both teams, but for football for the country. So it's something which is going to produce a lot of fireworks. But obviously, after getting our first win, we also want not to discontinue what we have started. I think we didn't start very well, but we could see it coming that we are playing very well. We just needed a win, and we should build on this win. That's what makes football exciting, because we didn't lose to them. Obviously, they want to beat us, and obviously coming from a loss, they really want to do well, and they started the league very well. So, but of course, even us as NAPSA Stars, we know we beat them last season, but that's not a guarantee that we are going to beat them, because we have to work hard. We want to beat them, but we have to work hard for it, and I think we have prepared very well so that we can get going. More dangerous, because of course they don't want to lose two in a row. So I think they have worked on their mistakes which they made against Mufulira Wanderers. But for us as NAPSA, we also want to continue on where we left off from last week when we beat Zanaco. So, but it's a derby and an interesting match to watch. So it's the one who's going to want it more, I think, is going to carry the day, because it's Red Arrows, big team. I think the past 2 seasons, they have done very well. One of the best playing sides in the league. So it will just make the match interesting, but the one who's going to fight for it more is going to carry the day. Thank you for that question, and I think if you had to peruse through what was happening last season, I think it started from last season, even though I think Power were ahead of the other teams. But you could see, because at one point, more especially in the second half of the season, I think Power Dynamos, I think, had a lot of draws, but the other teams, we couldn't catch up to them. So you could see that the coming season, which is now, it was going to be more tight than the way it was last season. So I think it was coming. So it's not easy. But coming to your question, I think the most important thing is obviously the clubs, the teams. I think they have beefed up their squads very well. I think most of the teams, I think there is balance, there is experience, there is youth. So it's an interesting season, I think. So you can, because the top team with the bottom team, I think the difference is just 3 games. So it's going to be an interesting season, and I think it's not going to be easy for any team. Yeah, if we are going to work hard, I think we are going to do it, because the difference, even with the top team, is minimal. The teams which are in the top 6 for now, but obviously it's still a long way to go. But obviously we have to pick up points now, because week 17 is not now. I think we still have about 11 games to go. So we just have to do well. But that's our short-term target. We want to qualify to the APSA. Red Arrows playing at home. It's the home side. For us, it's just to continue what we did last weekend. That's what we want to do. Of course, the first 4 games we didn't have favorable results, but it was good. The game against the Kansanshi and Cabo Warriors, we picked up something. So we want to pick up maximum points going into this game. Philip Banda, Daniel Adoko, Dixon Chapa, but we have to assess them before we do the session this morning.